been thinking about the years to come, because I haven't liked this one that much. A million doors and everyone's been shut. Don't you tell me everything's okay, because I'm not even listening to you anyway. I know I've said a lot of things in my past, but thoughts and feelings, oh, they never last. I'm sorry for the way I've treated you. I really know what to do, cause it all falls down, it's true. That statement is long overdue. It's not a bad thing, just an observation. Hope supply my mind, I'm guilty by association. It all falls down, I know. So just sit back and enjoy the show. Nothing to do but accept and allow. What goes up will always fall down. Every now and then, all my time seems to bend, and it feels like sleepwalking will never be my friend. Every now and then, all my days feel like they're all the same, because I am sleepwalking just the same as yesterday. So help me, I can't stop, I can't go, like an out of water torpedo. Someone's breaking and I don't know what to do.
Okay, welcome back. Okay, Bernard, are you, I know you're ready. He's telling me, I'm ready. I'm ready. Thanks. Okay, hi, Bernard. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I just want to, I know, you guys already know, some of you already know who Bernard is. Bernard is a very familiar face in our meetings. He's our leader. He started, so Bernard, how many years have you been in Enagic precisely?
10 years, 10 years, and I've been using the product for 10 and a half years. Doing I didn't want the business. I didn't want the business because of for fear of losing face, you know. And some of you I can see smiling, yeah. But I started the business 4 months, 5 months after using the product, which I will talk about how the transition happened. So I started 16th of February, 2011.
So that is 10
years.
That is 10 years. Wow. Ladies and gentlemen, 10 years. But I've been in the business, and you catch what he said. He just wanted to use the product, and then now today he's doing thousands of sales every single month. Okay, so everybody, Bernard is we're very fortunate to have Bernard Chan with us here to share his experience and journey. And today, right, we're gonna do a very different style. We're gonna do a Q&A. So Q&A, right? I found out I love Q&As, and I love to do Q&As with Bernard because it is through Q&As you guys really get to connect. You guys really get to get a lot of value. All right. And I have a set of questions that I want to ask Bernard because it's not easy, all right, to get him on us today. And is that a real, I think that's your real background, Bernard?
I wish, I wish. You know, I just started a new love for swimming in the sea. So I wish, but it will come to pass maybe. We'll see.
It will come to you. Okay, so Bernard, a lot of people are very excited to hear from you today. And I think the first question all we want to learn from you is, you know, now being in the business for more than 10 years, being in drinking this water for more than 10 years, and having teams in all around the world, right? Can you share with everybody here, tell us a little bit about your first 10 years. What was your journey? We knew that you loved the product, you just wanted to be a user, then you hop into the business. What made that transition? And how has it been for you in your first 10 years? Tell us all a little bit about it.
Okay. First of all, I mean, there are two types of people from a standpoint of health. One is they are only when something happens, then they go and see a corrective health person, which is usually a doctor, you know. Then there's the other sort where they will work hard so that they don't have to go and see a doctor. You understand what I'm saying? They are proactive to stay healthy. I will consider myself one of those. So when I saw this machine and all that, I said, okay, let's take a punt. The time the top machine was, I was told by my introducer that the best value for money machine happens to be the top machine, the SD501 then. So, okay, I took a punt. It was 29,800 Hong Kong dollars, 1,500 Hong Kong dollars to ship to Singapore. Now, there was no office in Singapore, but I thought, since I'm 70% water, taking a punt, it's only 30,000 Hong Kong, but if it works, gosh, so that's what I did. What was interesting is I always believe in giving room for the salesperson, the presenter, to tell me what he or she wants. I always respect the person's time. So I knew there was a business behind this, but it was my choice not to. My introducer presented both the business and the product. Actually, he was very strong in presenting the business, but it was just not my choice. Okay, but I knew there was a business. Very important. Now, the transition for many of us, I am sure many of you too. I don't want a business because of blah, 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 blah. And then I realized, gosh, the water has a loud voice. Hey, anyone, please help me participate. If you agree that the water has a loud voice, please put 1 in the chat. If you agree, the water speaks to our body so loudly until it's deafening. Now, that was a surprise to me. I was hoping what I saw the little on the internet, if it's 50% as good as what I see on the internet, 29,800 Hong Kong dollars is worth the money. But lo and behold, it is more than what I saw in the internet. It is more than 100% of what I see, what is represented with 10 years ago, what was on the internet. Not so much. It was more than 100%. So naturally, I wanted to recommend a few people, which I did. The thing that was very strong for me was a very pronounced increase in energy. Now, I stress, at that time, there was no meeting to go to. There was no Zoom meeting to attend somebody else's. And so I needed my friends to experience that. It wasn't even a business. I only had the guts and the belief to approach people specific to what I felt, not what I saw on the internet. Good, helps the body with diabetes, helps the body fight against high blood. None of those. My own experience, it wasn't even about business yet. And for my friends who had been lamenting tired, tired became a punctuation amongst my friends at 45 years old. Okay, and 4 of them had instant difference. Instant is in short while, so that gave me the idea that I may want to look at this as a business. So for 4 months, I tested it out. Few months, I tested it out with different people. I tested, and because somebody said a reputation is important. A good name is treasured more than silver and gold. So I was very cautious in contemplating going into the business. I wasn't in a hurry. I needed to be sure that the product was legitimate. It works. And so I tested it. And so that's how, after a few months of testing with many people, with the potential of going into the business, I felt comfortable enough. And in February, I started the business. I'm about to jump the gun, what were the, So that's how I started. February 16, I ordered the product from Hong Kong. I placed the order on the 10th of October, 2010. I mean, this journey has been so exciting for me. It means a lot that it happens to be such a nice date that I placed the order. So that's briefly how it happened. What was interesting is, what is very important is my introducer was very strong on showing the business plan. Yeah, although I didn't want, I knew there was a business. And when the water spoke to my body, I was excited by the second product, which is the business. So I hope that's it, Simon. That's how it started.
Thank you so much, Bernard. Because you see, a lot of people didn't see the starting struggles that people like you, people like the Sam, and all the other leaders that started it right, well over 10 years ago, and you paid 30,000 Hong Kong dollars. You were not even sure, whether, wow, this company, sure or not, sure or not, although you were willing to spend that money for your health because it's 70%, it made logical sense to you, but it was still a bet, right? Slightly, it was a bet. But
It
now
was a punt.
it was a punt. So you see, now you have officers around the world. We have so many people that have already benefited from it, and we have so many credit facilities in Singapore, Malaysia, US, other countries. So it's getting more and more powerful, and we really have to appreciate people like you that had the guts to start and really bring us this amazing business. For people like me, if you didn't start it, I wouldn't have been here, right? If Sam didn't share with me, I would have been here. So I'm very, very grateful for that. All right, and really awesome. So Bernard, I'm sure in 10 years, now today I regard you as a awesome network marketeer, really awesome network marketeer. And you know your stuff, but I'm sure you have learned a lot along your journey. You have learned yourself, you have a lot of self-discovery. So what would you say to the crowd here? We have about 128 with us now, more are joining. What are the 3 areas after 10 years of really self-discovery and learning that you think you really got it right in your Enagic business? And these are the 3 areas also that people should also focus on to build their Enagic business, just like how you're building it now. So what would you say that would be?
Okay, I think the most important that I got it right, and I still stand by that today, okay, is momentum is more important than sales. It's a bit strong statement. Momentum is more important than sales, because some of you would have heard from me that the momentum is the currency of this business. So now, Simon, would you agree that if one of your sub teams continue to do 40 every month, 40 every month on average for 1 year, another team is doing 5, and half a year later that team is doing 20, and 1 year later the team is doing 35, you know that team is heading somewhere. Although it's still not as strong as your 40 per month team, your second team probably will overtake the first team, because momentum is the currency of this business.
Absolutely.
Sales should be a byproduct of having momentum. Yeah. So because of a momentum, I always saw as the currency of this business. When I started this business, to create momentum, I had to discuss with my family, my wife, that hey, some of the family duties, this area that I have been taking, you need to take 90% of that duty. Correction, 100% of that duty. Okay, and I just one of my mentors said, if you take a light, it need not be very bright, but if you have a microscope, you have a magnifying glass, a powerful one. It's your ability to focus the light, regardless of whether the light is bright or not. It's your ability to focus that light determines whether that light can cut through metal. I think that is so darn powerful. So I needed to do anything and everything to cut away anything that momentum is so difficult to create, but it's worth it, So I knew that it's not easy, but when created, the momentum eventually pushes you along, not the other way around, So I needed to cut off whatever newspaper that was in my life. It was used for wrapping vegetables to put in the refrigerator, not for reading anymore. I had no life. What in the industry is called all-out massive action. Any new business, if you put $500,000 US, let's say, Simon, you and I come out with $500,000 to start a business, you and I will have no life for but the problem is 29,800 Hong Kong dollars is very tempting to walk out when difficulty hits. So I was focused on creating momentum. All out massive action. I worked out with my wife. I had no life. I was ready for very little sleep. It helps that Kangen, I'm sure most of us agree that Kangen gives us ridiculous amount of energy. Those who agree, please type 2 in the chat group, please. Okay, but I didn't realize in the midst of my business, there is another product better than Kangen water for energy. Okay, when the commission came in, I realized Kangen commission is better for energy than Kangen water. Who agrees with me? I mean, I
agree.
ladies and gentlemen, I was in debt because of one or two companies I was with that the ship sunk, and I was in debt. so but it's true. I mean, it sounds like a joke, but it is true. So those who have done the business long enough and have a certain degree of success, those who agree that Kangen commission gives more energy than Kangen water, please type 3. Yeah, that was unexpected. Okay, so it allowed me to sleep very little during the all-out massive action phase. Usually, I remember 1 year, 3 months or something like that into the business where we were so focused. And then Sam found out that Joy, my wife, and myself, we went for a movie, a date night. He said, "You watch movie one." Because of his association with me for the first 15 months, the way we were doing business, you know. Yeah, so so number one, momentum. Therefore, all-out massive action is a must. Okay, I like to take some time to pull back to give a very illustration how important that is. Okay, let's say my closing ratio is 1 in 7. Okay, and I do a presentation once a week. What Sam will call a sum timer, or this is worse than a sum timer.
Worse than a sum timer.
Okay, okay. But anyway, once a week, and if my ratio is 1 in 7, after 49 weeks, simple math will tell you I would have 7 customers. Okay, and that will be about a year. And I go back to the 42 that rejected me politely or rudely and said, example, Dalvert, you are one of them. And I say, you're one of the 42. And I said, Dalvert, hey, remember that time I told you this thing 6 months ago and all that? I've got 7 customers and so far I've earned how much would that be? $3,000. You will say, Bernard, I'm happy for you. That's a polite way of saying it's not exciting. Okay, but listen, all out massive action, ladies and gentlemen, please listen to this. Please listen to this. Imagine I cover the 49 appointments in 1 week. Same effort, but condensed to 1 week. And I get 7 customers. I'm so tired. I'm so tired after 1 week, 49 appointments. And I go back to one of the 42. Dovlet, remember 3 days ago, what I presented to you and you were ho-hum about it. I have already 7 customers and I've earned $3,000 so far in this last 1 week. Now, tell me, everyone, would you agree? If you agree, put 4 that the 42, if I go back to them, because I have faster results, although same action, I will garner more excitement from the 42. Agree, everyone? That's a very mild reason, okay? But those of your 7 that start joining you, they don't know any other way but to follow the same intensity. So it's double, it's exponential, ladies and gentlemen. So ladies and gentlemen, it is expensive not to have all-out massive action. Very expensive. Slow and steady doesn't win the race. So that was one thing I got correct. And I always presented the product and the business. Always must have the business in the presentation. Occasionally, hi Salma, nice to see you again. Occasionally, there may be a risk of the losing the potential sale just because someone sees that you're earning money. But I would rather risk that than risking a customer not seeing the potential of the business. That is more costly.
Yeah.
Okay, so must show the business. At least for me. Okay. Number 3, I always okay, there are two types of Kangen distributors who are building the business: the successful and the non-successful. Okay,
Yep.
and the non-successful will always be blaming. You're upline this, upline that, and then the air on whatever that this called not taking responsibility. Instead of saying, I'm not succeeding. Why? Let me learn. But most people who are not succeeding will blame. Okay, so there are two types of distributors: successful and non-successful. Be careful to mix with the correct camp. Who you mix with, you become. So I want to acknowledge all 131 of you here who are attending this meeting, because this meeting, you were first half an hour, you were attending, you were associating with people who had benefits. So you will believe more in the product. Now you are associating with someone who has a certain degree of success, myself, so association's very important. And I thank God that the company saw fit to send me to US for a within 3 months of my business, to send me to US for their recognition. And I met up with Kangen deities. One guy's name is Bob Gridelli, another guy's name is Daniel Dimokali. And to me, they are Kangen deities. And thank God, although they were so high ranking, Bob graciously kept in contact with me. And I drew substance from Bob. I associated with Bob a lot because he was already there. Just example, my 10-year journey, for those of you who's 1 year, 2 years, I'm sure you are already benefiting from the little I'm sharing. So I'm in eternal thankfulness to someone like my friend Bob. My success doesn't benefit him financially, but he was so gracious. Daniel was so gracious as always, So associate with the right people. It need not be these people, because today locally we have many good successes. Initially, when someone like Sam and myself, when we started, we didn't have people locally. Yeah, so I needed. But now, guys, locally you have. Now you have Zoom. It's incredible. You can meet people like Sam, myself, Simon, and so on in your living room. I'm very big on associating with the right people. You can choose to associate with the failures, and you will hear everything they say is true. You will hear many 6A2s that says, this company cannot earn money on. I say, yes, you are right. For you.
Absolutely.
So, guys, any of you who are in your internal communication saying, wow, it is difficult. Yes, you are right. For you. So, associate with the right people, because there are... Now, guys, I want to be objective. If there are no new people coming into the business succeeding, always the same old guys, always boring, another MCI, another, always the same guys only, then maybe you have the right to question, is this a good opportunity for the new people? But if the new people are some new people are succeeding, hello, if you're not, it's kind of obvious that you got to evolve. Yeah. Okay. So those are the three things I would like to mention are the most. I definitely got that right, lah.
So three things, Bernard, you talk about. First one, let me just summarize it, so you guys can really imprint it. One is momentum is the currency of the business. Slow and steady does not win the race. Bernard have seen many more than me, but I personally have seen in my eyes that people who take it slow and steady, the example that you give, 40 every month, that's a big problem, because it will drop. It will definitely drop if they are contented with 40 and their entire thing is, okay, we just want to hit 40. It will drop. You need to hit 80, 100 for it to keep on growing. So number one is very important. Don't take it slow and steady. Go all out. Bernard said 100%. Initially, he said 90% of the chores, house chores, kids, school. Then I said, hey, no, 100%. Give it, outsource it out, and you full focus. And look at the life he's living now. The financial freedom and all of this is going to be worth it, number one. Number two, show the business. If you find yourself talk about product all the time, you are just selling a machine. Energic is not about selling a machine. The machine is a tool or platform to build your business, to build your organization. Because if we didn't have this amazing machine, then what is Energic? So we have this amazing machine. So that is a platform for you to go to grow. All right. So don't just sell a machine, talk about the business. Always talk about the business. And number 3 is wait, what is number 3 again? Bernard, please remind me. Association. I like what he said. You listen to the negative people, they will somehow make it very logical, and you will agree. Oh, yeah, you know? Yeah. Very true. Because negative people are also smart people. Okay, they have a way to somehow convince you that their point of view is true. But how come there are people like Humbly, myself, Bernard, Sam, you know, people who are making money and being successful in Energic? How come we're doing it? Our association and the things that we do, and it's very, very important. Okay, so thank you so much, Bernard. So these are the 3 things. Yes.
Okay, I like to tell a joke. Recently, somebody on social media reached out to me, and this person doesn't know I've been in the business 10 years and all that, and this person is trying to swing me to another company, say Energic doesn't work and all that. I said too late, it's already working for me.
Yeah. So when was this?
Just because I'm a bit more active on social media now, based on everybody say must build some profile there. So just a few weeks ago only.
I see. He would have never known the success you have garnered in Energic, and applaud him for his effort. But guys, you see, people that really stay focused, like myself and Bernard and all the amazing things like Sam in the business, you will garner success, and you need to just learn about the success stories and apply. Okay, and be focused. There are a million ways to make your $1 million. If you try to make money from everywhere, right, you end up making money from nowhere. So be focused.
In the words of one of my downlines in Singapore, he says, if you chase after 2 rabbits, you catch none.
Yeah.
And Simon, is it okay? I add in a 4th point. This 4th point is accidental. I wasn't smart enough, but it was an outflow of my being. Okay. If you look at McDonald's, if I ask you what is McDonald's about, Antonio, then if you say, oh, Bernard, it's about burgers. Well, Antonio, not wrong. Okay. Now, Karine, if your answer is, oh, it's about business, well, you are not wrong. It's a higher level insight awareness. Now, and then in McDonald's, some people say, haha, McDonald's is actually all about real estate. Now, that is people who have the highest level awareness pertaining to McDonald's. Yes, I think it's, So like Kangen, the lowest level of this business, which is not wrong, is about sales of machine and helping people stay physically healthy. Okay, that is the lowest level. I applaud you for that. I mean, it's amazing how we can help people, to serve people. Earlier, I like that. But number 2, the higher level would be now people, those of you who are stuck in a trap looking for sick people, I ask you to change your mindset. Think of not enough money in the bank and not enough money in the wallet as a sickness, and you will also want to help them. Use the other product of Energic, the business plan, to heal poverty, not enough money, and every day needing to budget, and every month. Some people call that the month longer than your salary. Do you
Yeah.
Your salary finished, your month haven't finished.
Yeah.
Okay, but listen. This one wasn't at the beginning. I knew. I accidentally discovered from an overflow of my who I was growing to become. The highest level of Energic, our product is not a machine. Our real product are the lives of people we can touch and uplift. Okay, so can I say which one to take? All 3.
Yes.
Touch people in all 3 aspects. So as I said, this one didn't come, it wasn't from the beginning. I wasn't smart enough. It accidentally happened. And then I had the enlightenment that I was operating more interest of other people first. Yes.
So, got it. I think that's a very important point, the awareness level of what truly is the Energic business. And I think a lot of people, even being it for 2 to 3 years, if they don't get the awareness, they don't get it. They just really need to get it. And for the people who are new, you're very privileged. Understand it. What Bernard is trying to say. I would safely say that I have the awareness, all right, but not at the first day. I'm also not that smart. I thought, a lot of people when they join the business, I like to ask people one question: who are your target market? Because when you ask them who are your target market, they're aware, then you can check their awareness. When they say, oh, we're looking for high net worth individual, rich people, buy the machine, they are looking, they are thinking McDonald's is about the burger. So they're thinking McDonald's about the burger, but McDonald's is not about the burger. So I think that's a great example. McDonald's is not about the burger. Business, real estate, different awareness. And then
and they build a business out of nutritionally disastrous burgers as well. Maybe our problem is our product is too good,
Yeah.
Maybe,
maybe.
I mean, McDonald's is such a big company and it's out of nutritionally disastrous burger, Our burgers are so good. But anyway, sorry to interrupt, Simon.
Our burgers are too good that people love to own a McDonald's just to sell burger. Right?
Yes.
So I think that's a huge realization that I think we're very lucky to hear this. Honestly, we're very lucky to hear this. Have that awareness, understand what truly is the emerging business. Okay, so thank you, Bernard, for your extra point. So that's the fourth point. Okay, now my next question to you, Bernard, is this. You see, in Singapore, Malaysia, been around for about 10 years. India, obviously quite new. We have other markets, all quite new. But let's talk to people in Malaysia and Singapore, or maybe we have somebody in the US. US, the company's been around since 2003. So after Kangen has built in these markets for so many years, you yourself, do you still see the growth potential of the Kangen business in these markets? Because that's the question a lot of us get. Kangen has been around for very long. You're not the first one. A lot of negativity. So how do you see it and how do you address that?
Okay, thank you for that question. The idea comes from the 6As and the 6A2s that do not have momentum and already stopped doing the business.
Yeah.
Okay, they never knew how to build. They were McDonald's restaurateurs selling hamburgers. I rather listen to people who are the McDonald Corporation selling the businesses.
Yeah.
Okay, they are the one that's sustained. So now there are 2 points I like to mention. I love this point. Generally, would most of us here agree? Put on a chat group 5 if you agree that there is no close second. There is no close second water machine out there. None. Do you all agree? Very, very good. You want to know how I give this illustration? I would say the Junior 4 is something like a good higher end Maruti. Is it called Maruti or whatever? What's that in India? Maruti. And then a SD501 is maybe a Continental car, BM3 series, and the K8 is perhaps a Bentley, But what about the rest of the water machine? All of them, at best, they are bicycles. Okay.
Yep.
So even the Lovelook R, I understand India may not have the Lovelook R. It is a car, a good car. Maybe not the most luxurious, but a good car. While all other water brands are bicycles at best. Okay. Some do not even work. Okay. Now, with that in mind, Energic, as Simon, you put it earlier, 1.3 million units done. Okay, now when you look at let's say 1 unit serves a household of 4 on average. With 8 billion people in the world, there are 2 billion on average families. 2 billion minus 1.3 is still 2 billion. Number one. How in the world can there be a combination of the history of a 46-year-old company with all the kind of rich certificates, crazy, right? The certificates, where it's virtually untouched in the world. It is not untouched in terms of exposure because of social media today, YouTube today. But it seems that it's touched, but it's not. 1.3 million. Now, I personally, when I look in Singapore, mattress lasts about 20 years. Granted, each household you need more than one mattress. You have the Satya, you have the King Coil and all that. Considering the last 20 years, and they have competitors, yeah. I see them still surviving. You know, why not? What about one that doesn't have competitors? And most Kangen people, when they believe in it, they own more than one machine. Could be what do you call it? The NSPA and so on. So the potential is huge. And let's try. Simon, how many units done in Malaysia? May I ask?
I believe it's about 90,000 machines.
Okay, let's say 100,000. Okay. And Malaysia, I believe minimum 30 million people.
Yes.
30 and each average household 4. So that is what's my math now?
7.5 million.
7.5 million. 7.5 minus 100,000. Oh, but it's only for the rich. Now, ladies and gentlemen, who agrees with me? Many of the poor are buying this machine as well.
Yeah.
It's not about affordability, but it's about our ability to show the value. Okay, if you guys have not seen the X and Y axis that Sam does in terms of the value, please bug him for that. It just one picture represents 1,000 words. Okay, value. Sam does that chart. It gives so much clarity. Now, so it's about value. We now Vinod, 80,000 in India. You know, unfortunately, there are some that have not succeeded going out to tell the people out there that Kangen doesn't work and all that, bad mouthing. But that doesn't change our market potential. Now, that's the machines. Now, can I ask whether there are growing concerns where people's bank account getting sicker and sicker, their wallet getting emptier and emptier?
Absolutely.
Now, that's another potential. So it's a two-pronged potential. Now, some East Malaysian distributors gave me this illustration. He said, go to your public hospital and see how much car park space you have during the peak hour. If you have very little car park space, it tells you the potential of any health-related product.
Yep.
In the public hospital. Yeah. So now, would you all agree that Singapore is a clean, developed, advanced country? Would you all agree? England and so on, yeah? But I'm from Singapore, so I can speak about Singapore. With 6 million population, 5.8, do you guys know how many people get cancer a day in Singapore? 16 and a half, no, 31 cancer people a day with only 5.8 million. And 16 and a half die from cancer a day in Singapore. I'm not talking about diabetes yet. I'm not talking about heart yet. Go to your country. Now, the statistics are getting bad. It's not improving. Is that potential for our business? You bet. So I see huge potential. Now, what is easier nowadays is you have so much tools. The days when Sam and myself started, we had DVDs, and today is so easy to cut and paste on YouTube. You know, and then you have the Zoom meetings today. I mean, are you getting value? Did you get value from the sharing from? I want to acknowledge and honor those of you who contributed in the first half an hour of this meeting. I think you guys are amazing. Those all you who contributed. Somebody said when you put a lot into life, you get more out of life. So Dovlet and so on. I acknowledge and yeah, thank you. I got a lot out of you guys. You know, thank you. So but the point is, hey, just invite a person for this meeting. The tools are just amazing. Yeah, the tools available. So is there potential? Yes. Yeah.
Absolutely. So I think, guys, that answers our question, right? Because you're gonna get these kind of questions, And Bernard rightfully said these are from the 6 A's that are making zero, not making money, and they will find reasons to say that this business doesn't work. If it doesn't work, ladies and gentlemen, I won't be here today. Okay,
Yeah,
yes, Bernard.
sorry to cut in. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, don't be too caught up by rank. Okay, let the rank come accidentally. Be caught up by momentum that will result in the number of units your team is doing, that will result in the sale.
Absolutely.
Don't deify people who have high rank. People who have momentum and volume. That's amazing.
Yes.
Number one. Number two, be enamored by the values that they run on. The core values, how long-term they are. You know, some of my downlines, I don't want to mention by name, they are so long-term that I've heard them complaining to company that their downline giving price discount. They have financial benefit over their downlines making the sale. But they are so long-term to keep the integrity of the business. You know who you are. You know, I acknowledge, I honor you for that. You know how long-term you guys are. So good values, how long-term, you know, the company is going to be around for a long, long time.
Absolutely.
So,
Absolutely. Yeah, so thank you for that. So two last questions for you, because we have to wrap it up, which is a very important question. How do you see, you've been in the business for 10 years, but 10 years, 10 great years. I'm sure you had 10 amazing years. You know, how do you see yourself in the next 10 years in Enagic?
Okay, while earning another $100,000 per year more, I don't mind. I'm not allergic to any extra money, you know. But it doesn't excite me as much because, yeah, I mean, hey, I was born in the evening. I was born at night, but not last night. So I'm not stupid, yeah. Yeah, but listen. What excites me are the success of people. Though I don't mind the extra money. Okay, I like that to be a byproduct, me earning more money, a byproduct of me uplifting people. Okay, a friend of mine says that today, today's currency is not money. Today's currency is about trust and contribution, and money follows accidentally. Okay, so I saw ethically and honesty is important. I like to add in one more thing. One thing that overrides being ethical and honesty, it's honor. You honor yourself. When you honor yourself, you tend to honor other people and the people around you with strong values. Live by honor, and honesty and being ethical is just a byproduct. Okay, so do I lead by business today or do I lead by product today? No, I lead by values today. Yeah. Now, okay. Where I see myself in the next 10 years is thank you, Sonia. I like to categorize two types of two views, my desire. One is called distributors who are financially free. They're not financially retired. Retired means paid $100,000 US outside of your 8 point. That means you are not working for this. Your team is giving bringing the net that comes outside of your 8 point is 300 every year to 500,000, and that is very comfortable for you. It's passive. Then that I would say that is financial retirement. Financial freedom means you're very comfortable financially. You are not budgeting. Do you see the difference? You are still working for financial retirement. So my goal in the next 10 years would be to see 50,000 people from the existing team now and the new team brought forth by the existing team, 50,000 people who get into financial freedom. Okay, as for financial retirement, I hope to I want to see 5,000 people who are financially retired. In other words, I have another appointment in Enegic because I choose to, I don't need to. Yeah, so that's my view. Now, in the words of one of the people I look to a lot, Daniel Dimokali, he says an opportunity like that comes once every 3 generations. Three generations. So I like to mention, Simon, there was one person in the Singapore office. He saw me and he said, Bernard, after what you have done and what you have achieved, you can go and shake leg, Eddie. Okay, I said, financially, probably I can. Okay, that time the team was already doing 2,500 units a month. That was maybe 1-2 years ago. However, I say, I estimate only 3% of people living in Singapore, only 3%, maybe less, we are living in what Maslow calls self-actualization. Now, I said so and so because I am in that 3%, only 3%. I will make sure I work harder than you so and so to make sure I continue to live in that 3%, because real life starts when we live for self-actualization. Number 2, I'm amazed by this thing. I hope Sam doesn't mind. Anyway, if he minds, sorry. I'm going to mention a conversation I had with Sam. I said, Sam, how do you feel with the kind of, why do you still work so hard? I know for other reasons, but one answer that came back, I tell you, that speaks about the value of the man that he is. He says, you mean I earn so much from the company? We earn so much from the company, you don't feel compelled to work harder? Wow. You know, when I hear such things, I want to have many downlines who are enriched in their being to become large. So that's my last goal, to hear many testimonials of example. Simon, have you grown as a person? The greatest asset, your core being.
Absolutely, 100%.
Yeah, so all those financial freedom and financial retirement, those are basic. But in the end, how many people can I lead to live in the highest apex of Maslow hierarchy of needs?
Yes.
Because true living starts when money is no more a problem. That's when we can find ourselves. But humanity, 1995, I don't know how many percent, will always have that shackle and that metal ball around our leg. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to ask you to see this. Enegic can settle all three in a leveraged position like never before. Why? Number one, is the only water around out there, to the best of my knowledge, that gives therapy. And this product covers 70% of every person that you see walking around. The leverage power to touch lives is ridiculous. I pray to God that we be found faithful to the heavens, that the heavens put in our hands a powerful tool. May we be found faithful to the heavens for what the heavens put in our hands. So over to you, Simon.
Thank you. This is the first time, Bernard, this is the first time I'm hearing this from you, and I'm very enlightened by what you just shared, your conversation with Sam. And obviously Sam is like, we're making so much money, he feels compelled to work harder. And because of his compelling to work harder, he makes more money. So it's always the energy, right, that you're putting into the business and what you're getting.
Yeah, yes, and my guess is Sam will probably say the same thing. Yeah, he's not allergic to the extra money. It's exciting to have it measurable. But today, much of his payment is, Sam, my life changed. The first half an hour of today, I'm sure he loves the first half an hour of today. Yep. You know, my financial life changed. I broke through. Wow. And then he mentors you, Simon, and he sees you grow as a person. Yeah. So, but anyway. Yeah.
Thank you so much for that. Yeah, and hey, oops. bit. Sorry. I think it's either Bernard is lagging or I'm lagging. I don't know which one. Give it a second. I'm good. So Bernard is lagging.
It's
Okay.
Bernard.
Okay, it's Bernard. Okay, okay.
It was me earlier.
Okay. Bernard, are you back with us? I think your internet had some disruption.
Okay, now over to you, Simon.
Okay, thank you so much.
Yeah, I'm back. I'm back.
So I want to share a lot of stuff, but we don't have a lot of time because Bernard touched on something about how I grew as a person. Maybe we can leave that for another meeting, and I have a lot to share about what I learned from Bernard, Sam, lots of good stuff. And the last question before we all go, okay, ladies and gentlemen, is very, very important question. Bernard, if you were able to do the Enagic business, all over again, you had no idea about Enagic, you have never seen this company before, you've never seen this machine before. Imagine I can rewind your clock back 10 years. What would you have done differently in the Enagic business?
I would have, number one, acquired the outlook that my main product are the lives I can change. I wish I had acquired that earlier.
Okay.
I'm not complaining at the point I acquired that, but I wish I had that insight a bit earlier, number one. Number two, because of the insight, I wish I had sustained my all-out massive action a bit longer. Number three, those of you who run full marathons, I do, okay, 42.195 kilometers.
Wow.
I don't care what standard you are, how tired you are. At the last 100 meters, you will be semi-sprinting as well. Tired, that last 200 meters, you will be running faster. You will always, deep down inside, there is that much more energy. There is always that much more to squeeze out from there. You understand what I'm saying?
Yep.
Yeah. So I wished I had done what I told myself when I swam the full Olympic pool, 50 meters, one breath underwater.
Wow.
My constant mantra was just a little bit more. Just a little bit more. Because I knew the sensation of needing to breathe is not because of a lack of oxygen, but a build-up of carbon dioxide. I knew that, so it wasn't dangerous. So I told myself just a little bit more, just a little bit more. So I wish that if I could do it all over again, I would have made 1 or 2 more calls a day, 1 more appointment a day, especially during my all-out massive actions. And instead of sitting on having done, I think the team has done more than 200,000 units after 10 years, it could have been 280,000, of which 80,000 more lives would have been touched. That the heavens will accrue it to my soul for real wealth. That 80,000 I could have, I didn't have. And the 80,000, the next 10 years will be bringing another, God knows how many that.
Yes.
They were never they're not in existence today. I thank God for the 200,000. But I don't have the 80,000 because of just 1 more.
Yep.
Why? Because I didn't invoke the extra energy at the end of a marathon. Yeah. It is so easy when you're driven to touch people's lives. That energy is there for you to tap. Yeah. So I would say that would be that one thing. A sustained AOMA in spite of rejections and just 1 more. Just 1 more. Just 1 more to love. Just 1 more to touch. It doesn't matter whether they misunderstand me. My soul sits well because my soul knows I am more interested in the person's well-being. The person can misunderstand me for all I care. The integrity of my soul is intact. Yeah. So that's it, Simon.
Thank you so much, Bernard. So I hope I asked you great questions, and I hope, because why we have to ask great questions, for you to give us great answers, and these are all for you guys to really benefit from the mind of Bernard and what he has been through. And I'm so inspired. A guy that like you that's been in Enagic for 10 years garnered, in my opinion, great success, right? You were very humble about it, a little success, but great success. And you're still looking for the next 10 years. And what I got from your last answer to my question was just a little bit more. And guys, if you find yourself that you're shortchanging yourself, listen to this. Just a bit more, a bit more, a bit more, a bit more. And good. And this thing came quite timely, because this morning I was going for my run. I didn't do 42 km. I did close to 5 km. I did 4.5. And I was so tired. Oh my God. I was doing a detox. I was feeling low energy. I was so tired. But I told myself, I need to hit 4.5. The last 100 meters, no, the last 200 meters, I dashed. A lot of us in business, 4.3 km already. I no more energy, because I've been in Enagic for 2 to 3 years. I got no more energy. How come I was able to dash for 200 meters? Where did that come from? And it happened just this morning. So thank you for touching on that.
May I say something pertaining to that?
Yes.
Okay. I'm addressing everybody here, including myself. Okay, please look at me. There is a seed of a champion within all of us. However, because of our life in the past and society, that may have been beaten down. Okay, there is a seed of a champion that can be slowly uncovered. If you are consistent, you discover yourself, as I have. Look, if you see me walking around, I don't wear my underwear outside just like Superman. I'm not Superman. In fact, Superman doesn't wear his underwear outside now. But my point is, it's invoking that little extra every day. Okay, I am inviting all of us here. Come, join some of us on the highway of success. This highway has no traffic jam. It is for you and me. Sam, myself, Simon, we are not more special, except in our belief of ourselves that didn't come first. It came as a result of us being consistent, and we accidentally discovered the seed of a champion within ourselves. It's in you. That's why I say my main product are the lives of people I can lift up, because when I discovered myself, I discovered you. Now, the last I checked, you and I, we have 8 lives less than the cat. 9 minus 8. Oh, 1 life. Come, let's sacrifice to make it count, to touch lives, including our own.
Yep.
I was just being a bit naughty, just now with. But the point is, we only have 1 life. A precious vehicle. Treasure the vehicle, ladies and gentlemen. To use the vehicle to be the fullness of who you and I are meant to be. Yeah. And Simon, do you see this here?
Yes.
Okay. I just went for a swim run event today. Because of lockdown, coronavirus, it's a very few of such events. This is the first one in a long, long time. So I just did a swim in the sea, and followed by 5 km run, and then I rushed back and I showered to be here. So I told Sam, just in case I may appear only at 4:15, but I was able to come at 4 to enjoy the testimonials, and I did it better than the last time I did it. So I'm improving just a little bit more. So
just a little bit more.
Yeah, when I was running, I said I better invoke this just a little bit more, because I can proudly say I did it. Yeah. So sorry for being a bit long-winded with the last part, but my heart goes out to, it's so exciting to. Okay, change, according to Robin Sharma, beginning is difficult. In the middle is super messy, but at the end is glorious. Stay to the end. Stay the game until the end, until it is glorious. Yeah. So over to you, Simon.
Thank you so much, Bernard. Very happy that you did better today than the last time. That's so important. All right, very, very happy to you. Ladies and gentlemen, can we give Bernard Chan here a big Zoom clap for his amazing wisdom and things that we can actually apply in our business to take us to the next level. All right, thank you so much, Bernard. Thanks. Really awesome having you on our weekly calls, and we hope to have you again sometime in the near future. You can share with us more, or more people that are not here today can come and learn from you. Okay, so I'm just gonna mute you and remove your spotlight because thank you so much, and I hope to have you back here again. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, we're coming to the end of today's meeting, but before you go, please make sure can help us out to fill up the survey form that we have put into the chat box. It will only take 10 seconds. Okay, it will only take 10 seconds, and you help us out in knowing more about how we can serve you better. Okay, so thank you so much, Bernard, and I hope you guys really learn. Enjoy is one thing. Learn and apply, and be at a different level in your life. And I think Bernard is at a level where his goals are so different, compared to maybe 8 years ago, 5 years ago, and now he's at a totally different level. And I would like for all of us to aspire to be at that level because we're operating at a very powerful level, right? Very, very powerful level. And we can touch more lives. And that will give you the greatest fulfillment you'll ever get in your life. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much. And thanks for the first, I think it was 5 people, 6 people that shared their Kangen experience. There are a lot of people that private messaged me that said that they can't wait to share for the next week. So be sure to come in next week, same time, be on time. Guys, don't just come in to listen to the topic speaker. Make sure to bring your guests, your downlines, and you yourself be here at Malaysian time, 4 p.m. sharp to listen to the Kangen experiences. All right, don't shortcut, do the full thing. Okay, and be here with your team. Okay, so guys, please fill out the survey form. I'm just gonna leave the survey form here for you guys to do. Thanks, Sam, for posting it. All right, you're welcome, Doublet. You're welcome, Kay. And thanks for being with us here today. Okay, I'm just going to, can I unmute everybody? But later, maybe I'll do it in another 10 seconds. Maybe I want to share something that what I really got out of Bernard sharing was, for the new people, your awareness about what our business is all about will determine how you operate in this business. If you are a McDonald's and you are thinking that the business is in selling burgers, oh my God, probably you wouldn't have a McDonald's corporation that is all over the world having chains in every single street. You probably wouldn't have that. If the owners thought that we have to perfect the burger, we have to sell the burger, we have the best burger, McDonald's don't have the best burger. I think the small vendor next to my house sell a better burger than McDonald's. But why is the small vendor still there and McDonald's is so big? Because of their awareness, and they know what is their business all about. And similarly, we have to apply it to Enagic. And once you apply it to Enagic, you will see this business in a whole new light. Because I was once the guy that see Enagic and treating Enagic like a McDonald's franchise, and I would love to sell the burgers. I think my burger is the best. And I garnered very little success doing that. And then when my awareness started to level up, that's where it really became really, really powerful. Okay, so thank you so much, everybody, for being here with us today. We will see you next week at the same time. Get your team members, your downlines that have not been attending our meetings to be here with us, and they can learn more, grow more, and achieve more in Enagic. All right, I'm just going to, Sam, if you may help me out, maybe we can just unmute everybody to say hi-bye to everybody.
Thank you, Bernard. Thank you, Simon.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Sam.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you,
everyone.
Bernard.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. Have a nice weekend. Bye.
Thank you, Mike.
Bye-bye.
Thank you so
Bye-bye.
much. Amazing, bro.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Bernard. Thank you, Simon.
Thank you.
Next week.
Thank you,
See you
Sam.
guys.
Join you next week. Join you next week again.
See you guys.
Bye-bye.
Bernard.
Thank you all. Thank you. Thank you.